On. Go bye-byes. Go bye-byes. Good girl. Good girl, hon. Good girl, honey. Hey, 2021, how you doing? Beautiful day here today. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. You ever read PC Magazine? I think it's a UK publication. It's PC Maxim. I mean, they really go and analyze stuff. Are you a Rise? Oh, okay. Why do you think that? Because it's an issue of signal and nothing else. Yeah, I don't quite get it. There should be better service. I'm not that far from towers. It's just an odd spot. Yeah, I know. I got this phone. I made a big mistake on this phone. I'm just over with expensive cell phones. This one was the cheapest 5G smartphone they had. It was still $500. I got better streaming video 20 years ago. The video and the stills are okay, but the streaming video thumbnails are terrible. Yeah, it's beautiful up here. Country roads, I really like it. Yeah, why? I'll tell you why, because price fixing, that's why. And a guy like me, I carry camera equipment with me. So even though it's handy to have a phone that takes decent pictures, I don't need one any better than taking a decent picture. So it's not important to me, but I still have 5 lenses on here. I've never used anything but the one that's stock. And the low light capability of this phone is the worst ever. And the autofocus sucks. Why not? I do live in Michigan, yeah, West Branch, Michigan. Yep. Hey Blue, how you doing? Yeah, well, it's been hotter than hell here. Now, today is a break. It's only going to be 81. The humidity's not as bad. I can tell, you know this, Blue, if you had animals. Daisy's my weather person. The second we come out of the condo, I can tell right away what time of day it's going to be. Like right now, she just did go swimming, but on the way to the lake, she didn't pan at all, which says to me the humidity's way down. You too, Hayes King. Thank you. Oh, are you, Sherry? Oh, good for you. All right. Where do you live now? Yeah, she's a great dog. I couldn't ask for a better dog. I've never had a dog this smart. Everything she does, she either observed it on her own or she was told once or twice. It's unbelievable. She was that way as a young puppy. And like I said, I didn't want a dog, but I just couldn't pass on it. And she was really, I didn't feel that way about a lot of things, but I wanted to give her a good home because she was such a good dog and everybody that had her had given her away. And I'm glad that I did. I got more out of it than she'll ever get out of it. Oh, Vassar. It's funny you should say that. Vassar comes up all the time. I was at the observation deck up at Sault Ste. Marie last week, and a couple from Georgia was there watching the freighters go through the locks. And she said they were up camping and they were going to go see her sister. And I said, oh, where? She said, Vassar. I said, oh, well, you got to take some pictures of that movie theater. I know 2 girls that taught school there over the years. I drive through there every once in a while. It's weird, though, that just comes up so much in my life through some kind of way. Oh, M30, yeah. Yeah, I go down there all the time. Well, you're in a similar environment, you know. What are you, a school teacher or something out there? Farmer? No, Ray Gilbert. Who is that? Yeah, welding gloves. Yeah, you're exactly right, man. I'll tell you, Ray. Oh, sorry about that, kid. Yeah, I really am. That Crohn's is I can't believe that they haven't made more progress on that. Are you taking any biologic drugs for that? Like Humira, Enbrel? Have you had to get surgery? I swear, at this stage of the game, at my age, if somebody 20 had Crohn's, I would, and if I could give them what I had and they could live a good life, I'd trade places with them, so they wouldn't need to live a crappy life with Crohn's. I swear to God, I would. Actually, I am going to do a radio thing. I am going to do a radio thing this fall. I was looking at it again last night. If anybody out there knows much about this, every time I look, there's something lacking in a podcast. Actually, I was looking at AM and FM radio. Come on, hon. AM and FM radio stations for sale last night. Because, I do want to do a talk show, but to be honest with you, if you can't play good music that people recognize, coming into an interview or a commercial or whatever, it's just not that fun. This non-copyrighted music is okay under certain applications, but it absolutely sucks when you're trying to have a good talk show. I think it's just like soundtracks on movies. It makes the movie, even though it only may be playing 90 seconds. I'm not saying you can have a dud as a movie and the music's going to pull you out of it, but it really enhances things. It just makes it so much better. If you notice, like on YouTube and everywhere else, you look at these songs from 40 years ago and they're using on car commercials and stuff, it's because you get a good feeling hearing them. You might have not even liked them that much when they came out. Like The Babies, that's a song. That kind of thing. Well, I'm not saying I'm going to try and turn it into a radio station, but I think music is important. during courses of it. Yeah, I am going to do a talk show. I really am. I mean, there's zero money in it. God knows what it's going to cost me, but it's fun. I don't know how old you are and where you're from, but it's probably, success is in the eye of the beholder, right? If I'm not trying to make any money and it doesn't break me doing it, then I'm going to be successful no matter what happens. I want to go back to the old WWJ, JP McCarthy, WJR days. What you doing, hon? What you doing, honey? Wow. 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 Yeah, I mean, it's like I got into YouTube accidentally. I never planned on having a channel people watch. I really didn't. And it worked out that way. In the talk show, I'd just like to have guests from all walks of life. I mean, I'd like to interview a corn shucker at a busy county fair. I don't know if you got a chance to see that interview I did with Charlie in Havre, Montana last September. But that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is, you guys. It's lucky, man. For some guy getting diagnosed with 4th-stage pancreatic cancer, there's another guy that just hit the Powerball. That's how life is, so I know it's frustrating for people because a lot of my stuff, just like this, little blurbs, like yesterday, I upped just for hell of it, man. I've done this from day one, even when I had no subscribers or views. Like I uploaded just dicking around my hot dogs. And the one hot dog that I said nothing about got almost 400 views. That's crazy. There's neurosurgeons that do lectures that have had videos up that took forever to produce. They were 36 before they got their first paycheck. They have 25 views. It's crazy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Lisa, for sure. Oh, Montana's great. I love that whole state, especially up around Highway 2 that runs east and west. There's not for me, I love that open space. That's why they call it Big Sky Country. You can see the whole train, the beginning and the end, all day long, everywhere. See the whole train. You're lucky. Yeah, Bob Seger's car commercial. I actually met Bob Seger as a teenager. No, not that it doesn't mean anything. He was just starting to get some recognition. The kid across the street was 6 years older. He was going to Oakland University. And I would go up there on the weekend sometime and visit him. And it just so happened Bob Seger was living next door. And we went over there one night. They were having a party. I was just a kid. I mean, they weren't letting me drink or anything, and Bob Seger was there. I'll never forget it. Hey, Cassandra. Yeah, I've been everywhere in Montana. I was just there in September. Come on, hon. Yeah, I mean, nobody thought it was a big deal. It was just a guy that played a guitar, and I think about then, he just got on the radio. I can remember thinking, even when I was a kid, that, man, that guy's got a hell of a head of hair. Fly swatting statue? Where's that at? Yeah, it's live, yep. Okay, Blue. What do you want, hon? You went swimming already? Feeling good, aren't you? Yeah. Have a good day, Tyler. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, nice here too, John. I'm in West Branch, Michigan. Come on, hon. Daisy wants to go inside. forget the number to this. Have a good day, Peggy. I'm in West Branch. Well, this is an air show coming up. Hi, hi. Good girl, hon. Oh, that's cool. Oh, cool, Lisa. Come on, we're gonna go bye-bye. Easy's excited today. It's not that hot. And she just went swimming. You feeling good, hon? You know, I don't. I get down to Gladwin occasionally, but I don't. But I go down there a lot. You know, when I cut back from the west side of the state, I come up 30. They got a temporary bridge now on 30 where those dams were breached, where that really just killed that whole area for almost a year. But a lot of people come from Gladwin to go to our Walmart and Home Depot. It's the closest one for them. The black stuff? You too, Bobby Joe. Oh yeah, those are patch marks. Yep. Yeah, it's from you know, contraction in the summer and winter. It's really saved these areas, even the runway. Hey, Kim. This is the big villain that they, in Michigan, Enbridge. These are the people that have the pipes that run under the Straits of Mackinac that they're shutting down. That pipeline runs right underneath the runway here. Daisy. Oh, that's cool, John. Daisy. Hey, Tim. Hey, Shaniqua. How you doing? Hi, Sherry. That's right. Hi, Sue. I just took Daisy swimming, went out the airport, let her run around. I'm gonna go back home, and I took one of those damn. I haven't been able to get anything done, man. I took one of those damn Claritin D's. I've been trying not to take them, and I can tell because I don't even feel like opening mail. So hopefully that will help today. Yeah, it's a beautiful airport. Those are mainly government grants, so even, it's the infrastructure, right, of transportation. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But even if you're, 10 planes land and take off a year, the feds pay for it all, but you have to maintain the facility. Financially, it doesn't make any sense. They've got a bad history of leaks, and if the Line 5 broke in the Straits of Mackinac, it would devastate the economy of the state. Like I said, they had a big problem in Kalamazoo one time, so it makes sense. There's tons of information on it. Line 5, Enbridge Oil Company, Straits of Mackinac. But like I said, that pipeline runs right underneath the runway at that airport. No, I'm not scared of COVID, no. If I get it, I get it. Gas is crazy. Hey Marlies, how are you? Water is life, that's true. Without water, you're a goner. It's really disappointing about those PFAS results they had, especially up near you. Today I think it's like 80 degrees. Yep. Right here it's 309. I got it for $2.98 last night. Everybody bitches about Walmart, but it's capitalism. They've kicked everybody's ass, and they have a chance to screw everybody on lots of things, and they didn't do it. So I'm not in love with them, but if it wasn't for Walmart, we'd be paying up the yin-yang for everything here. Yeah, I know. The little guy got forced out of business. That's the way it is. Just like nobody says anything about Amazon, but everybody hates Walmart. I'm thankful Walmart's here. I'd have paid $3.25 a gallon for gas last night if they weren't. They've kept things reasonable as they can. When I notice a company has a chance to stick it to me and they don't, they're going to get my business. And I really got to give Walmart credit for that. Yeah, Monster. Yeah, 230 is good. Well, I'm going to sign off here, guys. I'm actually in a super pissed off mood right now and trying to contain myself. I'll be on later. So I hope you guys have a good Sunday. Yeah, I mean, it's a different economy now. The world's different now. It's not like you're going up to Uncle Johnny's and buying your paper towels. It's a different world. I love the internet and I love what it provides, but, that's why I go downtown now and there's no small business. Oh, okay, Marlies. Nah, it doesn't do me any good. I get in a mood like this, man. You don't want to be around me, I'll tell you that. Yeah, no, I could never do yoga. I would just have a heart attack trying to act that relaxed. Just not my makeup. I'm like balls to the walls. Daisy's got to party. She got to go swimming. She got her favorite treat. She got to go to the airport. Yeah, hi. Good girl. Yeah, it's just not happening. Yoga, I watched a thing not too long ago where it was during the war. It was one. It could be a total and complete lie. Anyway, it was Germany and Americans, and the Germans are there and the Americans are there, and the old lady that ran the, I think it was I don't know, I don't want to say bed and breakfast, but something like that, right? So it's during the war. She supposedly tells the Germans and the Americans that it's the holidays and that everybody needs to put down their gun. And then they show the Germans and the Americans in the height of the war having, it was either a Christmas or turkey dinner. I think it's probably bullshit, but anyway, nobody lives forever, and you're not going to get me on something like that. You would never see me sitting at that table. Hey, Shonda. Oh, good, Kim. Yeah, I'm definitely got I definitely have a aggressive temper side that I try to keep under control. You'd think it would get better as you got older, and it really hasn't. I mean, it's never really cost me any trouble. Hey, Shonda. Yeah, that's what I think, Marlies. Yeah, I think so. No, I'm not scared of COVID. No. You too, Sue. No, I didn't. I'll take some today, though. If you want to see them, I'll go over there and take some right now if you like that stuff. It's a good day for it, too, with these clouds and stuff. I'll go over there and take some if you want to see them. It's no problem. No, I don't. I don't try to be someone they're not. I'm not. I'm going on looking at some of my stuff last night. I see somebody copied my profile picture and was leaving nasty comments on my channel with my avatar. Yeah, I'll go do it then. I'm gonna leave Daisy here because it's too hot. I'll go do it and I'll upload them in about an hour. Yeah, it's different. I'll tell you, it's funny with that infrared photography. When I'm taking those photos, when I first got it, you can't see that the back of the LED that great. Even if you cup your hand over it, you go inside the van. So I'm always kind of guessing, and it's funny with infrared and UV. When I first got it, I overexposed everything, and there's a fine line in that dark tree trunk and that white leaf. Now, the best things in infrared photography are when you have a lot of vegetation and something metal around, like see, Mary recognizes this now, what will look good, or if you have dark water and a lot of vegetation. But it's a fine line in making them come out right, because it's just so hard to see while you're doing it. A lot of times, if it's a bright sunny day like today with these big puffy clouds, when the sun goes behind the clouds, you just got to hold off taking a shot because it's going to be so dark. Then when the sun comes back out again, it's like you're worried about overexposing it. It's really crazy. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. That's easy for you to say. When you got people driving up here 320 miles and meeting you at your doorstep, uninvited, and you're constantly stalked, harassed, and reported to the police, there's all sorts of videos with my name in it that shouldn't have it. It's easy for you to say. Oh, good. No, you can use infrared, but you need to create a light source. Where I'm taking infrared, and it's we see a very short area of the visible spectrum. Now, insects and birds can see UV. I don't know if you know that or not, which has a lot to do with migration. But it's really interesting. Though every time I do some infrared shots, I realize why I got all the sun damage I have. But it's crazy when, like, if I took a shot of that bush right now, that would be like crazy infrared reflecting off those green leaves. Now, if I took a picture of the darker part where the sun isn't hitting, you could hardly see it. So it's interesting the difference in UV and the way it strikes things. If I'm looking where the UV's striking it heavy, but if I go the other, and another thing too, when you can't take any photo with even a little bit of the lens looking towards the sun, you'll get flare. You can get away with that with color, but you can't with infrared. If I turn around like this way with an infrared camera, there's going to be a problem with all of them. Now you really can't do much. Now you really can't do much with these people. That's a real downside of YouTube. Facebook doesn't allow that. And a lot of social media platforms, they block by MAC address, which means you're using a mechanical device to access the internet, whether it's a phone, a laptop, a desktop. And once they identify that specific unique number to that machine, they block you. So unless you're rich and every time you get blocked you can go and buy a new apparatus, their blocking techniques are effective. YouTube doesn't do that. They block by screen name, which is a joke. Does nothing. That's why you'll see people will block them on a chat. 2 seconds later they'll be coming on because they've already made another ID because they knew they were going to come on and try and harass you. It's so stupid. I'm not, look, you're acting like this is affecting my life and it's ruining it. It's not. But to suggest that I'm going to ignore it is crazy. That'd be like me coming over there with Daisy's dog clippers and shaving you bald and telling you, don't worry about it. In another couple of months, it'll be just like it was before I cut your hair off. Yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna tell you how to run your life, and they're gonna act like this stuff doesn't affect them. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like crazy. It doesn't keep me up at night. If I could, I would choke them out until there was no air left in their lungs if I ever got an opportunity. But until then, I just wish it didn't happen, delete it, block it, and that's all I can do. I'm not losing sleep over it. Oh, she's a total pain in the ass. I can't believe that anybody listens to her for any reason. But we're lucky that we're privy to knowing this because we're confident that we don't want to have anything to do with her. No, seriously, man. Everybody's got these great ideas about uh, YouTube's getting to the point where they're going to worry about someone saying they smoke marijuana in a video, and then they're going to let somebody go out and put 50 fucking videos of me being a rapist and a killer and an enabler and every other fucking thing, and not do anything about it. They're really starting to get on my nerves. YouTube can, I'm not gonna. If they're gonna just keep this up, I'll go someplace else. That's why I'm gonna start an internet radio station in the fall. If my YouTube channel was canceled during the middle of this live, I could live with it no problem. It's been fun, met a lot of cool people. Not meeting any new ones though, I'll tell you that. But I'm not jumping through any hoops for this bullshit. That's right. Yeah, well, it's slow down there. Nobody's down there. Yeah, I spent like a ton of time. I've got a bunch of stuff Mary gave me almost a year ago that I'm returning to her next time I go up there because I didn't run into the girl. Or at least if you keep this up, I'm going to block you. You're getting aggravating as hell. Either you're divorced, separated, or you're having a hard time finding a date. You got that? Yeah, actually, they just had a lilac festival here. Yep. Not here, but near Dolly, actually. I'm going to put this is a really good infrared day right here. But I'm not going to take Daisy. You know this about yourself, Marlies. It has to be brought up regularly. You're like a fly when you're trying to eat lunch outside. No, you don't have an axe. Nobody thinks they're going to lose their life. But you're always bringing up aggravating things. Always going to tell an adult how they should live their life and what you should do. Quit doing it. You're probably a stalker yourself. You're not helping at all. You know this. That's what John Wayne Gacy said with all the kids that he killed. He said he gave them the love they never had from their parents. And the worst thing that he did was run an unlicensed funeral parlor. I know your personality. Keep it up. Yeah, he was. But my point here is that's the logic like this Marlies uses. They say that I haven't got a tick on Daisy yet. I keep her hair pretty short and I check for her ears all the time and her belly. You know, Daisy's got like the freakest, thickest hair ever, like 3 layers. I'm not saying a tick can't get on there. I have got them on the inside of her ears before. You know, on the other hand, though, that ticks are brought into this world just like everything else. I don't like them either, but it's part of the whole life cycle. Yeah, they don't. There was a lady, there's a YouTube video I saw the other day. Not that this is practical, but she lived someplace where she had animals and she had guinea hens. I guess it's the kind of a chicken. And these things, I don't want to say they specialize in it, but they're very good at eradicating an area of ticks. She said she doesn't get any ticks anymore. And you could see these guinea hens running around, just cleaning up on these ticks left and right. Yeah, well, I'm sure that's very easy for you to be alone, Marlies, with your attitude. Oh, he's not a poodle either. Yeah, Lyme disease, yeah, it's nothing fun to get. A lot of false positives, though. Yeah, possums get a bad rap. I got in an argument with that neighbor on the end before they left. She's feeding these feral cats, which I have mixed feelings about. I feed them too in the bad times, and like I said, I paid to get some spayed and neutered, but it wasn't all altruistic. It's because I figured more songbirds would live. But anyway, she was stupid enough to come brag to me one day that she killed a possum that was eating the cat food. And that's an example. I told you I got a temper sometime and I came unglued on her. It's like, first of all, that possum has a right to live. Secondly, you don't know anything about possums or you wouldn't have done that. And thirdly, if I hear you doing that again, I'm going to get called the DNR. Don't ever do that again. Don't let me catch you doing it. That is absolutely wrong. Yeah, see ya. Oh, really, Mar? No kidding. Wow. No, they don't carry rabies. Isn't that interesting? And elephants don't get cancer. They're doing like crazy analysis on their DNA. They still can't figure it out. Yeah, you're right, Murray. It's the same problem I have with honeybees. I think you'd like bees, but you're in a bad area where you live there. You don't get enough daylight sunlight in the winter. Oh, really? Sharks. Okay. Hey, Joanne, how are you? So I think I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to get my infrared camera. I'm going to leave Daisy inside. And I'm going to go over and take photos of that barn, and then I'll upload them right away. Oh, really, Kim? Huh. You know, funny you bring up rattlesnakes. We have one poisonous snake in Michigan, the Mississauga rattler, and it's actually on the endangered species list. It was, and then it went off, and now I think it may be threatened. But long story short, I've never seen one. I know they have a lot of them around the Arboretum down in Ann Arbor. They're around, but I've never seen a Mississauga rattler. I'm glad, in a way, I'm glad I haven't because, and I'm glad Daisy hasn't. You know, that's about a $130,000 hospital bill. Even though the likelihood of you dying is low, you still have to go to the emergency room and get treated. And up here, it wouldn't surprise me at all that they don't have that anti-venom. I know they were going to quit making it, but I bet I get the $100,000 helicopter ride and the $130,000 down a University of Michigan bill. So you're looking at $250,000 to get treated for a snake bite that wasn't going to kill me, but you still needed to get it treated. So I'd like to see one from a distance. That's another thing, though. You know, it's like it's all on who you ask, right? If you're living in White Lake Township where there's a high concentration of Mississauga rattlers and you happen to buy a house there and you've got little kids that play in the yard, you're probably not going to be a big fan of helping the Mississauga rattler. If you're a guy like me that's an animal nut or Mary that appreciates wildlife, you're going to understand their role in nature and you're not going to villainize them like the Discovery Channel's done with sharks. And you're going to want them to survive. And you're going to do what you can to keep them from biting young kids. But you're not going to run around with a pitchfork trying to kill everyone you see. Big difference. Shaniqua, when I come up there, I'm going to get you a DVD of Snakes on the Plane. Yeah, Mississauga, you can look it up. Yeah, it's a really cool looking snake, but they're small. And they try and get the hell away from you. You know, these snakes, they're like this to survive. It's a food source and a protective mechanism. They're not running around looking to bite people. Nature's balance, Jeff. That's it. Yeah. Yep. That's going to be my introduction to you, Shaniqua. You're going to think I'm crazy as hell. I'll bring a thing that I can play it on too. It's like, hey, Shaniqua, we've been talking a long time. Here's some baba ganoush. Here's some hummus. I brought you some shawarma, and I'd like to have you watch this video. Snakes on a Plane. You know, there's an argument. I've said this before. And this applies to gambling addictions. And I think it applies to these people with their hater channels. There are personalities out there, and they get stimulated for good and bad reasons. Like one of these behemoths that stalked me, they would get stimulated if they won the Mega Millions. They would be happy. They would think all the things they could buy and what they could do with it. But they get just as stimulated when they're causing trouble. That's why a lot of people argue, because it's stimulating to them, even though it's not good and their throat's sore and all the neighbors think they're crazy hillbillies. That they seek that stimulation of a good fight. I don't even know what a Pyrenees is. What is it? Some big giant dog? I've brought this up before, you guys are gonna know it, but long story short, we had a kind of a feminazi that was running this condo. There's only 8 units here, so it's no big deal. But I gave her credit. She wanted to keep the place nice. It's the same reason why they have deed covenants and restrictions in certain neighborhoods. Because if you didn't, you're going to find your neighbor, and when he wins his scratch off, he's going to go buy a replica of the Titanic and he's going to put it in his front yard for all the kids to enjoy. And there's nothing you can do about it because there are no deed restrictions. That happens in agricultural rural areas, like where I lived when I first moved down to Florida. I bought 20 acres and I did it because I didn't want somebody close to me. And sure as shit, within about a year, a pig farmer came in. He didn't last long, but that's the point. Deed restrictions, right? Well, here, this lady ran this place, and you're not supposed to keep your garbage can out front, and you're not supposed to do this and that. And it's what kept it nice. Well, she's gone now. She got a buyout package. She was the CFO of the hospital. And now, if you look at, that's why my chat is so dark at night. Here we live in a condo where we pay for a monthly maintenance fee, and if you look, that bush has grown over one of the front windows. That's not why you live in a condo. Yeah, I'm going to go do that in a few minutes, Murray. Well, I think I'm going to go sign off here. I'm going to go take those pictures for Murray. Let Daisy inside. You guys have a good day today. And I will be on later. See you, Shaniqua. See you, Blue. Bye, Jamie. Yep, take care. All right, Blue. Yep, have a good day. Yeah, I brought it up to him already, too. I even offered to do it. Yeah, pigs are cool. Smarter than dogs. Think of that the next time you're eating a BLT. See you, Kim. Bye, Jet Dude. See you, Tim. Bye, Shaniqua.